What's up?
Oh. Wait, you man got intro now?
Apparently.
I don't think we have one.
What's up, yo? What?
Oh my
Hey! What's going on, everyone? We just watched Sinners, and this is our movie review.
Type.
I'm trying my daddy with Panther claws in his chest.
Talk
son of a king,
talk
you're
about
son of a
facts.
murderer.
Facts. Yeah, like no sugarcoat.
No sugarcoating.
Be real. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
I'll be real, I'll be real.
I think this one hit different. I'm going straight for it's above an 8.
Above, what's above an 8?
You giving it a
No,
nine.
You got-
I just want to start off with that because I know some of you are gonna come with the this movie was top, bro.
There's been a lot of talk online that this movie is 100% Rotten Tomatoes and all that stuff. So let's ask,
Yeah.
is this movie overhyped after watching it today?
After watching it today, honestly, yeah, I wouldn't give it 100%. I'll give it like 92%.
So it's overhyped.
A little bit. But I wouldn't even use those words, Michael B. Jordan, please. I wouldn't use those words.
Which one are you talking about?
I'm talking to both of them.
He said, let me wash my mouth.
Yeah,
He said,
smoke,
please.
stack,
Please.
please.
Stack smoke, please.
Stack, smoke, please. Yeah, I'll give it a 92%. 92% still.
Okay.
Can't lie.
I'm gonna be honest here. I'm gonna keep it a big stack. It wasn't overhyped. It was a good movie. I believe it was a good movie. Over the years, in terms of vampire movies, it depicted the vampires very well. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it at 100%. But well, not 100%. 100% is a trap. I'll give it like a good. I'll give it a good 97.5.
We're above 90 so far.
All right.
You saying?
Everybody getting higher and higher. All right.
Yeah, I mean,
I got my reasonings though.
Yeah.
listen, 100% is crazy because that means it's a
perfect movie.
perfect film. But for me, I can't say a movie's perfect in it because there's always room to improve it. I just feel like this movie gave you a feeling where you kind of didn't want it to end. From time you don't want a film to end, for me, it already takes the cake. So I don't think the film's overrated. Can I give it 100%? Probably not. But say 99.9% recurring.
99.9%.
Damn near 100, bro.
I'm gonna go all the way there.
Okay.
This is why, I don't think I can read reviews or listen to people before I watch a movie.
Yeah.
Because
It puts the expectations too high.
my expectations were higher than normal.
Than reality.
Because of what everyone was saying. I still think it's a good film, but I was going into this being like, 100%.
I heard anything.
They better
Do you want the
be
film
doing
to
it.
end?
I didn't want it to end
That-
because
that-
while it was going on, I was like, okay, I'm still waiting for this 100% moment. And I don't think I got the 100% moment, but I don't think it was below 90. I think it was a
95?
good.
95 in it?
I give it a 90, man, because I was connected to the characters.
I'll be real.
I didn't want people to, to die, and I was connected, man.
You know what? I will give it a 9. I'm with you. I'll give it a 90, yeah. But because the acting was good, that's why I give it a 90%, 97.
Yeah,
Like,
I hear
it
that.
weren't no.
Me.
I'm giving 92%.
Everyone changing their numbers.
Lowering it now.
No, it was 92. I said 92 the whole time.
You said 92.
You're getting swayed by the opinion.
Oh yeah. Go on.
He changed his answers. I give it a 90. I think it's a 90. Great movie. Nice. Yeah, cool. But 100% though, shit.
Yeah, that's too much.
It's not an Avenger level type of movie like everyone
Was
else
Avengers
saying.
even 100%?
Yeah, but
But no. I think Avenger got like 97.
Those movies have backstories and 20s and 30s of movies leading
Yeah.
up to that.
That's why.
True.
This is a standalone.
Yeah,
film. So
as a
you gotta look at it from
standalone movie, it's so good that you want to watch it again. But at one point, I wanted it to just get to that point because I feel like the movie had a pacing issue.
It's a slow burner.
It is
Slow burner.
like especially from the start. Yeah, they want to talk about each character's backstories and that connection and all that stuff, but they started dragging certain things a little bit, and I just wanted to see you. Let me get some. Let me get. You know what I mean?
I actually think it needs an extra like 20 minutes. Because
What,
you got
it needs an extra?
It needs an extra 20. I feel like because you had that first like 45 minutes where they're setting up the characters before you even get to the club, it needs that extra 20 minutes. Because I feel like by the time she said, spoilers, by the time she said, come inside, I was like, it's going to end soon if they're in. So I was like, it needed another like 20 minutes to like have some mind games.
No,
you know
but
what I mean?
I don't want to put words in your mouth. So are you saying that due to the build-up having a slightly slower pace than you would have anticipated, are you trying to say that the action side and the actual events that we're getting, do you really feel like it was anticlimactic in terms of how much we got compared to the build-up?
I just think by the time they opened the doors and they all came in, I was just like, oh,
It's done.
It's quick. Like it got there, it rushed it a bit.
So there was a pacing. There was an imbalance in the pacing from an imbalance. In the
I
two
would
sides
have.
of the
I
film.
would have
It's
wanted.
the big reveal, isn't it?
I would have wanted if, like you said, there was some more mind games. There was, and it would have been good if there was one person still inside that they had to try and kill before, before letting them out. Don't forget, spoilers. His brother turned. He ran straight back outside. He should have stayed in, or someone else should have replaced him as a character and stayed in, and they would have fought.
That's why I don't like watching trailers. I watched the trailer, and the main premise of that trailer
Was the brother was outside.
The brother being inside that room, and the fact that there was something wrong with him.
Oh, I didn't see that. I watched the first trailer.
Yeah.
The first trailer didn't give away that much.
The premise
I
is
stopped
him
watching
banging his
trailers.
head. The premise is
but
him banging his head on the wall.
For me though, it kind of did.
I stopped
Brother,
watching
you
trailers.
okay, brother? You alright, brother? Like, and he's like, I'm good. He's like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
I mean, just let me
The only
in.
reason I got that was from the posters because one brother was like evil smiling and the other wasn't.
Yeah.
So that's why I thought,
You can tell which was which as well.
Yeah,
You can
the
tell
red
who was
eye
going to
and
be
the-
evil.
Would you guys have preferred if there was more of an origin to the vampire?
Yes,
rather than
that's exactly what I was going to say.
just running and
Like, where did they
I
come
think
from?
that entrance was hard though.
Which
No,
one?
but-
It was him coming in smoking like from the sun, and the people thinking was hard. What I didn't like was the quick change after he was sat there, and he said like don't scream or something like that. It changed quickly to the next scene and it left them. I wanted it to stay.
No,
with them.
what do you mean? From what?
When the
When he
woman
turned the
came
family.
in and he turned the family and
Yeah.
she screamed,
Oh, yeah,
and
okay.
then it cut back to
Yeah, it
them.
cut back
I
to
wanted
them.
to see, I don't know, a bit more from
They
them
could have,
before.
they
like,
definitely could have told
But
like
it's
a
not because I
much
think
deeper
there is a
story.
little bit of hidden meaning. The reason why I gave it a 99 in it because I feel like there's a hidden meaning behind just the fact that vampires, killers, horror thriller, whatever you want to call it. For me, the fact that you had the leader of the KKK almost hire the vampires. It's almost like basically, and there's that whole premise of doing a deal with the devil following you, and it's almost like depicting obviously the leader of the KKK as almost the devil.
Yeah.
So
Or doing a deal with the devil doing a deal with vampires basically. He's kind of set them up as it was a trap because it's a trap in the end. It's all set up.
No.
it was
You know,
also-
I just realized what you're saying. I don't think he was the leader. I think the
He was
reason
doing a
why
deal.
the reason why he revealed that information was because he saw the people's memories that he turned. It wasn't him that was going to set them up.
It's
He
like a
saw
hive
their
mind
memories.
kind of
That's
thing.
why he was
But I
like,
don't know. But
"Avoid."
he said also it was a slaughterhouse.
Yeah, because you're talking about the main vampire, right?
No, I'm talking about
The KKK ones.
the one that he shot, the one that he lit up at the end, that he lit
The
up.
fat
at
guy,
the end.
the big
Oh,
fat
yeah,
guy.
they were going to set up with the.
So they done a deal with them,
No,
with the
they
vampires.
trying to deal with the two KKK ones that the main one found. The first
To
two
do
that
what?
got turned.
To do
No,
what?
To
I'm
go and
talking
slaughter them lot in
No,
the.
I'm talking about the main guy. So the guy
That sold them the place.
That was the
guy
main
that sold
vampire
the place.
or the main fat
the
guy.
guy that sold them the place at the start. He was the head of the KKK.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like the fact that he's obviously set them up, or he must have done some sort of deal with the vampires. And remember, the guy said we were gonna kill him anyway.
When the movie started, they should have kind of had something to introduce the characters that we're gonna see later on, like the vampires.
Here's another thing then. If the film if the PR wasn't so powerful pre-film, would you have actually known it was vampires straight away? No,
From the
it's
trailer.
from
the trailer.
But that's not. If you don't watch the trailer and you weren't.
But how likely is that
PR
everyone's gonna
before
watch the
films
trailer?
Come out, has that skewed our vision of how good the build-up was for the big reveal of it being about vampires? Because I feel like if someone goes in blind, I don't think they know it's vampires.
Nah, I don't think they would. I don't think
There's
they would.
little clues.
I
like
assume.
burning
But
in the
that's,
skin.
but
and
yeah,
that is
but
like-
that's because I noticed that it's burning. In fact, to be fair, I'm not gonna lie. When he turned the family, I then realized, that's why he was burning. That's why he was burning when he was running to the
Yeah,
house.
I didn't know he was a vampire. I'll be
Yeah,
honest.
I didn't know it was
know.
vampires
Is it?
until.
No, I didn't
No,
know.
I already
No,
assumed.
I was tweaking a bit. I was thinking, wait.
I can't lie, at first,
Yeah, but
I
thought they
actually
were killing
believed
him. I thought
him.
they were just killing him.
But
and
that's because man,
torturing
knew it was
him.
about vampires. I think
That's how I knew he was a vampire.
Yeah, because he was
Could have
burning.
smoked from the
Yeah,
burning.
but
noticed that,
I noticed that
Until after when he was
once
asked
he
to
told
come
me he
in.
was a vampire, I realised, wait, of course he's a vampire because he was running to the house and he burned.
Yeah.
But you know what? One thing I'm struggling to understand. They're turning into vampires, and it's like they're forgetting their humanity side.
Man.
It's like they have no emotion, they have no sympathy.
But that's
Even their own brother forgot his own brother.
He didn't forget, but
He didn't forget, but it's like he.
Their mission
You
was
get what I'm
just-
saying?
Their mission was just to turn them.
one
But
person.
when they turn evil instead of turning
because here's the
with.
thing.
No, but he
You're
said-
still
he
my
said
brother,
that
you're still
the
my-
woman said their soul is bound to the body and
Yeah.
the hatred stays there.
You've got to think about it this way. Yeah. One person has a goal, which is like the main guy. And he's the one turning everyone. So everyone's
Basically
gonna,
Dracula.
yeah, everyone's gonna
Basically
follow
Dracula.
what he's on, as opposed to like their own mission and that. Because he has a mission that he want to follow. So whenever he turns them,
They also
like you can just jump really high.
they had to follow the folklore because I don't know if you guys have seen Abigail and the way and it was a very similar look of the vampires to Abigail. Have you seen
I'm
that?
not watching Abigail.
So
I'm gonna watch it.
Abigail?
Obviously, I want
Abigail,
to,
what Abigail?
You don't
What
get
do
to see Abigail.
Little girl is a vampire.
We'll come back and we'll come
Little
back
girl?
and speak about Abigail.
What is that?
We'll come back
It's
and
a
speak
movie,
about
it's a
Abigail.
movie.
And for those who have seen it in the comments, by the way, guys, you have seen it in the comments. You don't know what I'm
What is it
talking
like?
about.
It's like
What
an
movie
old
is that?
movie.
In the premises to Abigail, innit? So I feel like when we spoke about the hive mind, or let's just say Dracula, or the main vampire, even if you kill him, the vampires still remain.
Yeah.
However, they're kind of free willed. Vampires can control. The main vampire can control vampires,
Oh, yeah.
and that's actually a thing with vampires.
I don't
That's
think
the
he
thing.
was
So they,
controlling them.
So
Well, he
they
was.
yeah, he
No,
was.
they
He
just
was.
had his memories.
no, he was the leader.
He was.
He was. They were following him, but he wasn't
I don't think it
controlling.
was mind control.
It
They
wasn't.
were
No,
following
it's
him.
not complete mind control. Yeah, but
Why were they following him?
They're bound to the
Because
main
he was
vampire.
the leader. Plus,
That's
they
how it
all
works.
share each other's memories.
It's like Vampire Diaries when the main guy Klaus can compel other vampires.
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
follow
pretty
him.
much.
So he's the main guy because
He turned all of them.
That's why
They
when he
follow
was
God.
That's why when he went when he
No,
hit when
bro,
the,
that's because the sun was coming.
no, but he said
when they killed him,
he said we're all
when he got
connected.
hit in the head,
when he got hit in the
started
head,
feeling
they
pain.
started feeling
the pain.
But wasn't that because of the music?
No, it was because he said himself we are all
Yeah.
connected. He did tell you that.
But it's
They
from
did.
but
Yeah,
they're
but
connected.
they-
He's the main. Like in Starship Troopers, the brain bug almost.
But didn't they
Like-
all feel that pain because Sam is the music guy?
No.
Nah.
They only started screaming once he got hit.
That is a question I had though. What was it that? How did the music compel the vampires to be attracted to him, like, as well, though? Like?
Because remember in the opening they said they can conjure the dead and all that.
Conjure the
They can
dead.
bring, they can
Like with
attract the
music?
dead with the music.
Oh, okay.
What do you mean?
Speaking of music, interesting. We'll get back to that.
Oh,
We'll talk about that scene.
What do you mean?
You know the scene.
the scene where they were
music scene,
jumping.
bro. The past, present, future.
Past-
That scene was sick.
That was
Hard.
a sick
So you had Blood,
scene.
you had Crips, you had East.
Blood,
that's
Crips.
hard.
You had
The
the
blood.
Bro, you was
They was
going back-
the
twerking.
twerkers,
Native American.
the Native
It's
Americans.
actually crazy,
They went
bro.
into the villages, the ancestors.
It was.
Like, Ibon Bay. Ibon.
Yeah,
That was
you
hard,
know,
bro.
they even went to the rock stars. They went to
Future.
the DJ.
Yeah.
It just looks like art to me. That's how.
Kendrick music,
Yeah,
bro.
that's how it looks like to me. Maybe they could have just wanted
What?
to.
Kendrick? What?
Squabble.
Kendrick? Yeah, we
Yeah.
like Kendrick, bro.
I think they probably just used that in terms of like the black culture in general. Like, do you know what I'm saying? The whole musically, everything that was in that scene
Was
kinda
about that
it
culture.
represents us.
The lady, I don't know who was narrating it, but the lady said something about spirits living on and stuff like that. He had to, you know,
Yeah, she said
the
the
old
future
guy,
and the past.
he gets the spirits of the guy that was doing the music, the blues,
Yeah.
and all that shit.
The past, the
But
present.
that's what I feel like. I said this could have happened at any in any
He
way.
said in the past, the present, the future.
This could have been like an events manager putting on a show, and it still could have happened. I don't know. Maybe I've got it completely wrong, but that's the way it happened.
No, but it's a good idea.
It's hidden messages, isn't it?
The acting was good as well. No,
I think the acting was good. The set direction was
The
sick.
accents as well.
The accents was sick.
Country.
The contractors were good.
That Southern American.
Even the
accent,
setup, bro.
crazy.
I was like, they cleaned it up, man.
It had a look as well.
It had a look. It's like this
The
vintage
of the
look.
shot of
The
dark-
filter.
The dark.
You
we
did
said
mention
at
it to
the
me,
start of the
yeah,
film,
yeah.
I was like, this film has a very dark tone to it.
Yeah.
For me, like,
But I think
when
it's
you ever
probably-
see natural, happy sunlight, I think it had very dark connotations. throughout the film.
I felt like we was mad close to the front, so the sound for me wasn't always clear.
I can't lie.
I don't
Sound
know.
is
I
my
think-
thing.
yeah, I
I'm
think
telling
the
you,
sound, yeah.
they amplified the sound.
I'm saying certain things.
Certain parts are
more than
amplified.
others.
I don't hear it, but
What, like the snake?
Bro,
you
we
see
listen.
that?
I listen to
Yeah.
music.
I
I
mean, I'm just so
know.
close to the thing.
Even if it was
So
far,
close.
you will hear it.
I mean, it's the cinema. You know what I mean?
But I just
They
think
go-
Surround sound.
I just think it's
When you listen,
it's clearer to tell
it's the
difference
best
between
quality
certain-
kind of sound.
I
The
got a
speakers
problem
were the
with
best
that, yeah,
quality.
anyway.
If you have the best quality sound, best sound system, you will hear everything.
I wasn't happy with the soundtrack though.
But the soundtrack.
Soundtrack was hard, bro. That's Lord.
What do you mean?
Ludwig, I can't say it.
Yeah, I know
but
what you're talking about.
He did Black Panther,
he
Creed.
did,
He's hard, bro.
Yeah, I think the sound.
He's
yeah.
hard.
I wasn't really messing with the soundtrack.
But don't you? So you
The
you
sound
you just said-
engineer
but
cooked.
in the sense that you didn't like it because of your taste, or maybe because you didn't feel like it set the
I've
tone.
heard Ludwig.
Because
I've heard some of the things he's done, but I don't know. It didn't captivate me. I don't remember anything.
Fair enough.
I think one of the main sounds when we look at movies like this is like the action scenes. Like when someone's hitting someone, you can hear them getting hit. Like I don't think they amplified like
The
fighting
hitting.
as much. It was more
The
like
the,
hissing
the
at
like
the
dialogue,
or
the snake.
sound. Yeah.
But
when they were
are
speaking-
you just are they just saying
This
that because it's a
sounds
loud sound?
But-
Because if that's the case,
Nah.
then
Getting scared.
No,
Bear.
how about this? This
Nah.
you.
Scared.
How about this?
Bro, are you
Brody jumps
I was
with
like,
everything.
I
bro.
swear to you, the silence was amplified more than the actual fight scenes. I know that sounds so mad.
Yes,
but
yes,
they
yes.
amplified the like the heart.
Amplifying is a thing,
I
bro.
think maybe you only notice the silence because when the loud sound comes in, it's more like
I don't
effective.
know, man. I think when people were getting hit and slashed,
You don't
it was
hear
like-
that.
It was.
Haley
that was- I
Seinfeld
stopped
is beautiful.
Sorry?
Just had to be said.
Oh, it's
Just had to be said.
I agree.
Yeah, she is. She's a beautiful girl, bro.
What I meant to say was everyone looked great because the cinematography was of a parliamentary
Right.
level. That's what I
Yeah.
meant.
Right.
So, final score out of 100%.
Final school, after we've spoken, you know, I can't lie, the movie was really good.
Ooh, no, before we get there, I know it's a movie mistake. There was one movie mistake that I don't know if you might notice it, but it's like it's a small mistake. The grill.
What about
You know, what's his name? Stack.
was it Stack?
His
Yeah,
grill,
Stack.
right? Before he turned. If you don't notice, I was looking at his grills a lot.
Was it not
They
pointing?
were normal. He wasn't pointing.
Oh yeah.
But then when he turned,
it changed the shape.
the shape changed.
Yeah,
I don't-
What the flip did they do
The
that?
metal
That
bent
might
with his teeth.
That doesn't happen, bro. With grills.
I don't
That
know,
might not be a
like-
mistake.
It doesn't happen.
That might
It-
not be a mistake.
it wa- I think
Because that's how we.
I think it was a
kinda
movie.
know the difference between the brothers, though, innit? Really.
I don't think it was a movie mistake because they must have added it on,
Isn't that
but
what
it wasn't like a necessary one.
I can't lie, I did look at the grill after.
No,
I kept looking
And
at
I
it. I
was
was like,
like,
why
wait,
did
did they
why is it
change it?
pointy?
Nah, do
Yeah,
you
it
know
was
what?
prominent, but I don't.
It wasn't pointy, it wasn't pointy, it wasn't pointy though.
It turned pointy.
No, it was pointed at them.
What?
Even without
Yeah.
the girl, I think I could tell. Stack was a bit
Their
more
personality,
cocky.
yeah.
He was a bit more
Yeah.
cocky, and the older brother was a bit
Also,
more
their
calm.
clothes. Yeah, their
One was-
clothes.
He was the one that was more like, just like he's on
The
shit.
older
That's-
brother.
Yeah, the older brother.
Yeah.
Oh,
What's
he was
the
the
name?
calm
What's the
one.
name of the white dog again? The one that got turned first.
Mary or something, I think.
Mary.
Did
yeah,
you
Mary.
man think?
Well, Mary
Sick,
was
you know when she sat
went
down with
outside.
when she went outside with the vampires there. And
Yeah,
We didn't even talk
It was quite
about the dribbling.
Yeah,
the
man.
dribbling.
The
Man.
They
dribbling.
was on everything. But they on everything.
She was like, why are you dribbling?
Why are you doing
He's
that?
like, why are you dribbling? And she's like,
Ah, some freak. That was
He
freaky.
did this one.
yeah. And he's
Shit,
spatting
that
at,
thing quickly, bro.
Spat in her
Like,
mouth.
Yeah, I'm going inside.
Do that to me.
and she's spatting his mouth, right?
Yeah,
Michael.
Michael.
Do that
He
to
got, I can't lie, he got it.
Maybe he into that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's how we turn.
If I was a husband, I would find it hard to watch that shit.
What's going on there with the
Maybe
spit?
Do
that's how
that
we
to
turned it.
me.
Maybe it wasn't the bite. Maybe the bite was secondary.
Last number.
I would say I'll give it a 94, man. 94. If my Rotten Tomato will be 94 still. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay at 97.5.
Staying at 90.
Yeah, you lot can't get me down. 99.9 recurring.
I'm gonna keep it at 90%. I'm gonna drop it 10%. I don't know if that's because of the expectation or what, but overall, Sinners is fresh.
Fresh movie.
Fun
Sinners is
movie.
fresh. We will be watching Thunderbolts next, coming out in May. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share.
Lit.
Said Thunderbolts. Oh, for the vampire lovers, go and watch Abigail and you'll get the reference.
Wait, what's Abigail?
Go and watch
Peace,
Vampire Diaries.
love.
Oh no, I ain't
Yes.
watching Vampire Diaries, bro.